You already have a philosophy. Everyone does. You may not realize it yet. Every person walking the earth carries a set of beliefs about what is real, what is true, and what is good. A personal question is whether you chose those beliefs deliberately or simply absorbed them from the world around you.
From a secular philosophical perspective, Ayn Rand said it plainly.
If you do not understand their theories, you are vulnerable to the worst among them.
From a Latter-day Saint perspective, Elder M. Russell Ballard said much the same to church educators.
Gone are the days when students were protected from people who attacked the church.
Unexamined belief is fragile belief, and fragile belief eventually meets hard questions. Deliberate belief faces those questions head-on with structure and discipline.
There is a name for the philosophical framework embedded in the restored gospel of Jesus Christ. It is called Eternalism, and we didn't invent it. Latter-day Saint leaders have used the term for generations. President John Taylor first hinted at eternalism when he said,
"We are acting in all things with reference to eternity. Everything associated with the gospel that we believe in is eternal."
Elder B.H. Roberts said,
"Eternalism is the term I would select as the best descriptive word for new dispensation philosophy. Indeed, every religion that is worthwhile must be a philosophy. It must give some accounting of things if it is to be of any permanent service in the world."
Elder Neil A. Maxwell said,
"Eternalism focuses on the individual and on those processes in which the individual is taught correct principles and then is given optimum opportunity to govern himself. For those who believe we are all going to be around forever, it is both natural and wise to concern ourselves with such questions and also with such principles which are also going to be around forever."
More recently, President Russell M. Nelson counseled,
"When you make choices, I invite you to take the long view, an eternal view."
Philosophy, in the broadest sense, is our relationship to existence. Theology is our relationship to God. Our view of God is powerfully shaped by our view of reality. Eternalism encompasses both. Eternalism is Latter-day Saint theology, explained within a philosophical framework. It is the philosophical appeal of the restored gospel, the rational basis for understanding Christ.
Philosophy has 5 branches. Some people may think these 5 branches have nothing to do with the gospel, but we already know all 5, under different names. We call these the 5 E's of eternalism. Metaphysics addresses what is real. We call this eternal laws. Epistemology addresses what is true. We call this eternal truths. Ethics addresses what is good. We call this eternal lives. Politics addresses what is just. We call this eternal kingdoms. Aesthetics addresses what is beautiful. We call this eternal creations. Eternal laws give rise to eternal truths, which make possible eternal lives within the dominion of eternal kingdoms, amid the glory of eternal creations, organized by eternal laws, without beginning, without end.
Eternalism uses these 5 branches as a framework for answering the hard questions that every honest person eventually has to face. What makes something beautiful or worth creating at all? That's aesthetics. Who gets to govern, and why should anyone obey? That's politics. Is there such a thing as objective morality, or is it all just subjective preference? That's ethics. Is there such a thing as objective truth, or is it all just subjective opinion? That's epistemology. Does the universe have order, or is it chaos we impose meaning onto? That's metaphysics. Every worldview, religious or secular, must answer questions like these. Eternalism doesn't avoid these questions. Eternalism faces them head-on. This raises the first and deepest metaphysical question: what kind of God, if any, could exist within a framework like this?
For over 2,500 years, Western thought has been split over a version of this same question. Does consciousness create reality, or does reality exist independent of any mind? If the universe was modeled as a box, Plato pointed outside the box to find ultimate reality, somewhere outside of space, time, and matter. Aristotle pointed inside the box, holding that existence comes first, and consciousness only perceives what already is. This split, the primacy of consciousness versus the primacy of existence, shapes all of the great questions downstream. Eternalism takes a definite stand on these questions, examining closely how these principles serve the plan of salvation they claim to represent. You may disagree. The Eternalism course simply asks you to follow the evidence, quotation by quotation, and decide for yourself.
Inside the box or outside it, these aren't just old arguments. They're the hinge every belief about God ultimately swings on. The full Eternalism course walks through them, question by question, quotation by quotation. The video modules and companion textbooks are both free to download. Start at ChristianEternalism.org or subscribe on YouTube to follow along.
Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to the Christian Eternalism YouTube channel and visit ChristianEternalism.org.